Even when the Sentinels were still around, it had been years since we really used this place. Without new Sentinels to train, there wasn't much of a necessity for training locations. We're close. Complete this puzzle. It should reveal the area. Here they are. These are all some of the first Sentinels like myself. They created their own training locations and the rest to help out other Sentinels. Now it's your turn. I can't go with you, unfortunately, so good luck.
Hello, Aron, the one who isn't supposed to be here. My name is Aron, and you are looking at the place I was born. Things might have looked different, but this is what my memory made of it. I was born after the First War and before the Dragon Slaughter. My family lived in relative peace. When the meteor fell out of the sky and hit our little home, I lost my family in an instant. My brother approached the meteor, and it instantly took him out. Me, being foolish as I am, tried to stop him. Then it chose me. I sat at home trying to starve myself for weeks, but nothing happened. Kara arrived and she took me in, taught me the ways of the Sentinels. For many years I've struggled with my role, but eventually I accepted it. I've trained many generations in the old ways of the sword, and I always tried protecting those that could not protect themselves. Now you are my last apprentice, before I get to go home and see my family. I was there at Shadow's Edge. I helped recreate the same trap as Kara to trap the cultists seeking to destroy what we had made of Elor. You set me free when you touched that rock. I am tired and ready to move on to what's next. Let's begin your training in the way of the sword. We start out with a few basic attacks. Let's hope you can manage those. I see you have some experience with melee weapons. Broad strokes to get some heavy hits in. That's good, Aron. First, you bring your enemy off balance, and then you can go in for some fancy hits. fast learner. For our last attack, we tried to combine everything together. Fantastic work, Aron. I think you did very well, Aron. Your parents should be proud. Now, confront your final enemies. Now up to you. I think it is time for me to go. Listen to what your heart has to say. Nobody can make your choices for you, and nobody has your powers. Use them for good.
What happened? The statue disappeared. This is not how it's supposed to be. Maybe you are the last sentinel after all.
Hello, Aron. The one who isn't supposed to be here. My name is Grell, and I hope I get to teach you some new things when it comes to using a two-handed sword. As opposed to the other sentinels that spent their time counseling and sitting around, I fought all my life, fighting a great many battles. While I enjoy the silence of peace, I would always see the skeletons of the past around me. I believe they made us for a reason. We are here to fight the fights that others can't. Only now do I feel that I can rest and relax. You and I are warriors. We deliver hard blows to destroy our enemies. My time on those fields is over. The place you are standing in right now is my final resting place. I stood at the gates as Kara and the others went to the edges to sacrifice themselves. I fought off dozens, hundreds of those filthy creatures, and I laughed as they realized they'd be trapped forever. My time in Elor has ended. I will teach you about this weapon, and then the future will be in your hands. Let's get started. A two-handed sword is all about crowd control. Sometimes you just have to swing at everyone in your surroundings. That was all right, I suppose. Slow and steady wins the race. This combination of attacks has never failed me. If you see an opening to use this, then you should. You lack refinement, but I suppose this will do for now. You won't always be fighting enemies in a nice grassy field with some flowers lying around. Most confrontations take place in nasty, scary places where you can't afford to be sidetracked by the environment. Make your way to the arena and defeat your enemies. We are warriors, Aron. Never forget that. It was my obligation to protect those that couldn't protect themselves. Now, that's your obligation. Goodbye, Aron, and say hello to Kara. She might have turned into a politician, but she is the greatest warrior I've ever seen. Take good care of her.
Hello, Aron. The one who isn't supposed to be here. My name is Elor, and I'm going to be teaching you more about the sword and shield, my weapon of choice. You are probably wondering where you are. This is the place I chose to stay as I helped create the wall that would contain all evil. I was there, that day when Kara sacrificed herself. I trapped myself with her to protect the people of Elor. I used to have this painting in my room, and I would look at it every day. I've been here a long time, Aron, and now that you're here, I finally get to move on, back to the stars. But first, I will teach you what I know. I've missed teaching. Often your opponent will leave an opening. When you recognize this, you can jump in for a series of stabs. If you time them right, you can deal some real damage. Great! Overhead strikes will confuse your enemy and inflict a lot of damage. This may come across as mean when fighting smaller enemies, but it is highly effective. You're a quick learner, probably because you have a great teacher. Protects you in combat, but it can also be used as a great offensive weapon. You can deal a lot of damage by whacking your shield into opponents. Believe me, you do not want to be on the receiving end of this attack. Almost there. It is time to put your skills to the test, Aron. Make your way up to the tower and prove you have learned new things today. Either our history will be wiped out and time may reset itself, or you finish what we started. Crowin wasn't always evil, but he has to be stopped. Good luck. We believe in you.
Hello, Aron. The one who isn't supposed to be here. My name is Laria, a friend of Kara. Some used to call me the Queen of the Sea. I was one of the few people in Elor obsessed with what's out there beyond our shores. I've led many expeditions. When I was a child, I almost drowned. Since then, I feared the water. But when I turned into a sentinel, that changed. It's not like we can drown. Of course, I could get eaten by a depth wyvern, but that's why I learned to master the dual blades. When everything around you seems to move in slow motion, like waves on the ocean, it helps to have two swords with you that you can easily swing around. I was there with Aron, at the border of Shadow's Edge. Together we cast a spell that was similar to the one that Kara had cast on our enemies at the castle. I'm ready for my last expedition. But first, I will teach you what I know. These weapons will be of great service to you. Let's get started. Let's start with some quick attacks. Put your entire body into the movement. A great start. Perform some quick attacks, create some distance, and then close it just as fast. Sure to stand a bit more steady. If you were on a ship, you'd have fallen over. Just because you're holding two swords doesn't mean you can't perform some hard-hitting, heavy attacks. Next. For this last one, we go with a little bit of everything. Everything you learned, you can now put into practice here. Perfect. Let's put it to the test. The sea is a treacherous place. You may fight against those that try to use your new abilities against you. Good luck. you'll do just fine. I could give you tips on what's next, but I never listen to anyone either. Listen to your friends, but more importantly, listen to my friend. Say hi to Kara when you get the chance. Thank you, Aron. Good luck.
I didn't want to tell you this in case you weren't found worthy, but you can now proceed to the next room. I can't tell you much about it. You'll have to experience it for yourself, like myself and one other sentinel before you.
Hello, Aron. The one who is supposed to be here. My name is Sendel, and I am here to teach you about the Twinblade, the weapon of my people, a long-forgotten people. I've only met 2 others of your cycle. I am honored we get the chance to meet. You are Aron. Because you are here, I placed myself here a long, long time ago. As my memories fade, so do my surroundings. I don't have a lot left to teach, but hopefully there's still some knowledge for you here. The pleasure is all mine. I hope this knowledge will serve you well. The Twinblade might look like a strange weapon to you. Practice this basic attack pattern to hit enemies close and far. Good job! This is all I can remember at the moment. Put your new knowledge to the test. This is all I have to offer right now. I hope we meet again. Be better than those that came before you. Our place was never among men. Our place is in the stars. Goodbye.
Your training was successful. It is now time to focus on gathering an army and preparing for a fight against Crowan.
Good morning. Sorry for barging into your room, but I've been looking for you for a few days. I read your letter. I hope your training went well. We've been settling in, going through everything that was left behind, and we started rebuilding this place. From now on, you are the person in command. But you do well to listen to my advice. I've been doing this for a while. I will manage things around the castle. Jeffrey will focus on finding new recruits and fighting smaller groups of our enemies throughout Elor. I'm glad to hear it. We're all in this together, after all. I have been talking to a rather strange elf from the west. Her name is Fawn. She mentioned having read about a group of soldiers dedicated to serving the Sentinels. I think you should look her up. Last I heard, she was trying to get into the library. If she knows where to find them, you should schedule an expedition to their location to try to recruit them. You can do that at our war table, which is inside the castle.
Hi, Aron. I'm Fawn. I think I found it. This is the actual Sentinel Library. Well, actually, while I've been eager to explore it with you, I may have already looked to see if I could get in, but it appears the door is locked or blocked by something. Well, I actually read about the key once. It belonged to the librarian. I've searched most of the castle and couldn't find anything. So either she's inside or she's somewhere else. Like I said, my name is Fawn. I'm an elf. I'm only 72 years old. I came to Rife because of its connection to the Sentinels, hoping to find knowledge. I can't believe I'm standing in front of the Sentinel Library. The knowledge that must be inside. I love knowledge and reading. Other elves don't really like the Sentinels, which makes it hard for me to find more information on them, which makes them more interesting to me. No, not officially. I watched you in Rife. Not in a creepy way, but I was there and things were happening, and you were there. Thanks. I'll wait here.
I remember sneaking into the library myself. If we go to the wall, we should be able to climb up to the top from there. Fane seems nice. She reminds me of Charlotte. You know, the sentinel responsible for this library. If Fane goes through all these books, she'll be able to help me with my memory as well. Charlotte built this library to help store most of our history and important knowledge in one place close to home. She was obsessed with recording history and keeping track of important events. She loved writing and organizing. I doubt we'll be able to find much on her, though. She didn't like talking about herself.
This place, it's amazing. Look at all those books. I can't wait to jump in and start reading. First, a deal is a deal. What can I help you with? Actually, I read about the Sentinels a lot. You probably don't know this, but the very first Sentinel was a woman. Her name was Kara, and she was one of the coolest people I've ever read about. There's so many things that we perceive as normal today that she started hundreds of years ago. She even founded the Sentinels in the First Order. Elor sounded like a pretty amazing place until the Severance happened. Ah yeah, the First Order. Originally founded as protectors of the people, but once the Sentinels left, they sort of disappeared. Can't say I've seen any. Would you like me to do some research? Found it! Apparently, they have their main stronghold not far from here. It's a little closer towards Shadow's Edge. You could go to one of the other castles, but this is the main one, and they should be able to gather their men for you from there. Good luck, Aron. Let me know how it went. I will try to find the location of the dragon while you are away.
That is a great idea. We should go over there. So it is decided then. We will not interfere with quarrels between elves, men, and dwarves. We will protect Elor from outside forces and try to maintain the balance of the lands.
You put too much trust in those that only spend moments on this earth, in those that didn't fight for the freedom of all of us.
We have discussed this before, Crowan. We can't rule over them. We wouldn't be any better than the slave owners that controlled us.
You're right. The majority has spoken, and I accept the outcome. The Council will serve and protect. It seems our new sentinel is still alive and has taken out our spy master. The dragon failed again. We'll have to give him smaller tasks. After speaking to the dragon, I'll return to the pits, gather new recruits. Grat, you will focus on attacking Krill. Keep those soldiers busy. You two know what you have to do. I will meet you again soon.
The First Knights of the Order will be very happy to see you. Back in the day, there were thousands of them spread all throughout Elor. I assume their numbers have somewhat gone down, but it should still be a force to be reckoned with. The castle we're going to is sort of their home base in this region. It's never been conquered, not even during the Severance. Once you talk to the soldiers, we'll have a good idea of how to fight back. I feel a very dangerous presence. Be on your guard. Those look like soldiers of the Order. I don't understand.
You must be Aron. Thank you for making it here so quickly. Thank you, sir. It all started a few nights ago. As you may know, our castle is located in a very advantageous position. This allows me and my men to protect the lands around here. The night was like any other. Some were practicing, some were sleeping. I woke up to the sound of the night watch calling for backup. I put on my gear and ran outside as soon as possible. When I arrived, I was only one of a few that actually showed up. Our gate was open, and all around us, small skirmishes were going on. After a while of fighting off the goblins, our own men started to come out of the castle, but I could barely recognise them. They were dead. Undead, to be more precise. We decided to retreat and set up camp here. I don't know what happened, but There must be a way to save my men. They can't have all turned. I've sent in a team to infiltrate, and the last I heard was they suspected poison, but I've not heard anything in a while. Good luck, and thank you. You'd have to go through the caves, sir. They can be entered through the well behind you.
These soldiers will be able to make a difference. They will also be able to recruit others. It's a good start. We'll find the witch and other needs. Let's return to the castle.
Aron, nice to meet you. My name is Coden. I was asked to wait here for you. I'm an ambassador for Beardale, a small miner's town in the Death Valley. It used to be Dragon Valley. After the last ones were killed, people changed the name. We still provide Krill with a lot of important metals and well-trained horses. I've heard rumors of a dragon flying around. But that's not why I'm here. I volunteered to come and ask for your aid. The witch you faced at the Castle of the Last Order has come to our area. Ever since Crowin and his forces woke up from his slumber, we've been under pressure by Krill to send over more supplies. The last few weeks, my people have been getting attacked by dead men. The reinforcements from Krill have been delayed. When we heard what happened to you and the soldiers of the Last Order, we figured we'd ask for help. Please help us fight this witch. If you help us fight this evil, we will help you with weapons, and armor, and men. We're all fighting the same fight anyways. I will remain here as the ambassador for our valley. Good luck on your adventure.
Hey, Aron. You look like you need some help. Oh, of course. I actually looked up some info on her when I heard about it from one of the soldiers. She used to be a sentinel. She's one of the strongest mages Elor has ever seen. She achieved both amazing and scary things throughout the years. Apparently, she was stuck here in time as well. I suspect she was one of the few people that was already being watched prior to the severance. I can't confirm this because the writing is vague, but it states she was actually killed multiple times throughout the years following her outburst. She'd be disguised as someone else. Aromar believed she had somehow moved her soul to other people, taking over their body, and if that body would die, she would just return to attach to a new host. Aromar also believes that a piece of her was tied to a dagger she used to practice magic on when she was learning the ropes of becoming a sentinel. With the anti-sentinel cults on the rise, Aromar didn't have time to properly investigate this. She later joined Crowan as well, so that would have made it impossible to figure out anyway. I believe that if you kill the witch using her own dagger, she'll die forever. Her own magic talisman can be used to destroy her once and for all. But Aron, I believe that the woman that once existed is gone. She's just a ghost filled with anger looking for revenge. Be careful. There's a reason she's gone to Death Valley. It's not for the resources. A huge war took place there. If she can bring back the army that fell over there, she'll have an entire army of her own. Even if the Krillian soldiers can show up in time, I doubt they'd be able to fight her with their limited knowledge on the subject. Good luck, Aron. I'll be here, still trying to figure out where the dragon could be.
I don't like being back here. It wasn't a cheerful place to be before the War of the Dragons. The massacre that took place here didn't help that. You can see the colors around you being drained as we approach this valley.
Hey! What do you want? You have no reason to be here. I don't care what you are. You can't go in there. The place is barely holding together. Some of us have to follow orders. You can talk to our captain. He's near the gate.
Aron, I presume. My name is Aber Brightwood, captain of the Krillian army. I heard what you did for the last Knights of the Order. Thank you. There aren't a lot of them left, but they are good people. Don't worry, I have no intention of keeping you out, but please allow me to bring you up to speed on the situation here. The fight lasted for days. The witch you fought has made her way back here. We believe she's an ally of Crowan, and that she's actually from this area. There are stories here about a woman experimenting on the dead. Hundreds of years ago, there was an enormous battle here between the last dragons and the humans of Elor. We believe the witch came here for that reason. A lot of old bodies are buried far below the surface. You've seen her powers, and they've only been growing. She could raise an entire army here. The way I see it is it takes a lot of effort to control someone that recently passed. Their spirit may still linger, but trying to resurrect old corpses that can crawl out of the surface themselves, that's something else entirely. I'd join you, but I have to think of the bigger picture. Elor is what I must protect. We need to keep those creatures here. Go to Beardale. The mayor may have answers for you there. Until we meet again, may the eyes guide you.
Oh, hi. So nice to see you here. So formal. I have a choice for you. The village behind me was foolish enough not to retreat to their main city, and I could really use the bodies. You can fight me right here, right now, but those people will die to my walking dead. Or you walk away, and I'll give you a chance to rescue them. I see you did your research. Good luck saving those villagers. It's not going to matter for much longer.
Can you believe this? I can't even go upstairs without walking around my house and climbing a ladder. If I knew this would be the result, I wouldn't have. I suppose my child will have a lot of privacy. See you around, stranger.
Sentinel, thank you for coming. A troll that lives in the woods recently murdered my dear Gracie. She was just a small, innocent child. No parent should ever have to bury their own child. Especially not like this. I know you're busy, but please make sure that troll pays for his crimes. I was working. I heard screams. When I ran outside, I saw the troll run into the woods. My dear Gracie was on the floor, lifeless, crushed.
Aron, I presume. I'm delighted to receive you, though I wish it was under different circumstances. Welcome to Bairdale. My name is Charlie. What can I do for you? Yes, your advisor Farn sent word ahead of you asking me to look for leads on this dagger. I have some of my men on that mission. I'll have answers for you soon. But first... The enemy is coming, Aron. My people are weak. I send my best off to fight for Krill in the hope that my land will be spared. Now this filthy witch is roaming around, raising an army of dead people to fight for her. They will strike soon, and they will strike hard. Can I ask you a favour with some urgency? A few of my friends haven't showed up yet, and I was wondering if you could go and have a look. Their village is very close to the town. I'll mark it for you. One of my friends was investigating some dwarven experimental shield device that's been with us for generations. It could be of use, if it can still be turned on. To my knowledge, yes.
Ah, if it isn't our extraction. You arrived on the late side, friend. The device is ready, and so are we. My neighbors are all hiding inside their houses, waiting for your arrival. I will summon them, and we will make our way to Bairdell. Wait. They're here! That goblin scum! Activate the device! Those peasants can look out for themselves. We'll use the shield until Krill backup arrives. Those creatures are inside with us! Do something, Sentinel! Ah, if it isn't our extraction. You arrived on the... My neighbors are all... They're here! That goblin scum! Active... Those peasants! Those creatures are inside with us! would you do that? Now it's destroyed. I was trying to protect my neighbors and myself. I'll gather the rest and we'll go. Not like we have a choice right now anyways.